Morning, Dowse.
Morning, David.
Had a very busy week since we spoke last Friday.
Very good.
3 friendlies and training and no doubt lots of stuff going on behind the scenes as well. Can we start with the 3 matches that you actually played? And we might as well just take them one at a time in order. Oxford away.
Yeah, it was a little bit of game too early, to be honest. Everything's too early at the minute because we've still got 5 weeks tomorrow to go. But Oxford have been so well to us. Like, when I was at Hampton Richmond, we had Baptiste, who's a £3 million player now. Had Sam Long and all that, Napa, who helped us get the playoff final and all that here. We had Harvey and all that, and stuff like that we did. We had Marnie Little, who scored the winner. So at Oxford, that's 5 players I've rattled off there. There's a couple more. Our relationship with Oxford, we'll need them this season. We're talking to one of our players a day, funny enough. We need them this season. So when he asked for a friendly, I said yes straight away. Was it a bit too early? Yeah, of course it was. We've only had 3 sessions. And on the Saturday morning, we came in like Metal Mickey. We came looking like you, David, on Saturday morning. So at the game at Hamworth, I couldn't move and all the rest of it because I hadn't done nothing for March. It's the last time I played since March. Most of our fitness could have affected a bit with injuries. It could have done. So I got away with that. I'm just delighted to get away for 3 games, and I'm delighted that the fitness levels are up. But Friday was a bit of a game too early, to be honest. But it's done. It's finished with no injuries, no nothing. Crack on.
And you had a similar format there as Tuesday, where it was a sort of, if you want to call it a first 11, contractor players and 1 or 2 others. Yeah. And Oxford did the same, didn't they? And then the second half was trialists and younger players.
That's it. And that's all it was. It just didn't read anything in it. I was scores, I can rattle them off. I mean, we had a Hamworth beat us, so he gives a bit of stick like that. But I haven't really looked at the scores, to be honest. I haven't. No. And we've got an in-house game here tomorrow. It was all about fitness. It was always about looking after Oxford because they've looked after us so well over the years. The game on Saturday took care of itself, and the game on Tuesday took care of itself. A lovely, a great way it was arranged at Hamworth, and I've got to say that. Just like Oxford are unique, they're a great football club, and I hope we get promoted this year. But my mate's team at Hamworth have organised it very, very well, and obviously we're friends across the world at Westfield who always hold things well, and a well organised club, and all the rest. So we went there and fully enjoyed ourselves there as well, and it was just about getting some minutes on the pitch and having a look at a few trialists and things like that and see what comes out of it,
Yeah. Hamworth on Saturday, as you say, fantastic occasion. Hamworth organised it beautifully, as you said, very welcoming and so on. And of course, it was the first opportunity for our supporters to get to look at not just the contractor players, who they know them all, really, don't they? Because they know Johnny Goodall and Connor as well as the others, but also some of the trialists.
Of course, and it's great for fans to get back in. I thought it was a fantastic day for a football club. Even in non-league paper, it was a big splash. I don't think the pictures were very good in it, to be honest. I thought a bit blurry and stuff like that, and so the non-league's got something to do with that, and or maybe it's David who himself, whoever took him. No, but on a serious note, I thought it was really good, and it was great letting fans in. I walked in, I thought brilliant, and I did at Westfield the other night, seeing people who you haven't seen for a long time. You want to see the people, don't you? And you want to see you, and they want to see players, and even though we're a little bit fuzz where Oxford starting a week on Saturday they do. I think Oxford United do, so they're massively hard fans. We've only had 2 training sessions, you could tell straight away, even though Oxford are better than us. Hamworth, they start on Tuesday. This Tuesday, they start a game on Tuesday. And you could tell they've been training for 9 weeks, and we've only had 2. You could tell straight away, so and you could have a day, across the road where they're starting very shortly, and we've still got. So I felt a little bit for the lads. It's not often I say that we hadn't headed the ball yet in anger. I haven't got me full back to pass the ball forward yet in training. We haven't, and it was just into game straight away, which was the right thing to do. Because get them used to playing again. But because the teams we played have been so far advanced with, like you say, Hamworth, for example, like you say, he's got them organised there. But even at that level, you could see that we were match mode where we start this Tuesday coming, and we've still got 5 weeks on Saturday. Yeah. So it's all a mix and match, but it has got people getting used to playing football again for half a game. But we'll go and have another 45 minutes each down here tomorrow. Even a bit longer, and then next week we'll narrow down the trial list, forget about that, and try to build a side, which I talked about with Chairman about yesterday.
Right. And when I spoke to Nathan Colley the other day, he said the first time he came back to training, he was worried that he'd forgotten how to play football.
I think he's had that for the last few years, to be honest. I think it must have been every pre-season like that. No, he's good lad. Yeah.
But I mean, seriously, a lot of them must have felt a bit like that, because if all they've done is been able to run around a few cones with a ball in the park on their own in 4 months,
then come back for 2 training sessions, all of a sudden play against one of the teams who just got to Wembley and all that, the legs were gone on the Saturday, to be fair. and all the rest of it. And it was just like, but it got the stiffness out of the legs, and we had whatever, and all the rest of it. And if you look at the teams there, we've got Matty Dowse to come into it, who will train next week. Brilliant. We've got Kane to come out with it, who he's just got a knock in training, and he'll be fine, I think, tomorrow. To good like that. And we've got 1 or 2 more to add, and that's what we're doing. Like all the listen, I've just had a lovely bloke down there. He doesn't want to be named. Who just give us £2,000 towards the budget. Fantastic. He just put us on the gate and said, "Can you do that?" Fantastic thing to do, lovely thing to do. The more money we get, the more I can actually try to have a look at the targets, what we want to get. It's as simple as that. We are in an awkward situation here. I think everybody knows that. But even worse, me last night, she says when we had a chat about just stay in the league this year and build again. And I know where we are. If I didn't think we could keep in the league, I wouldn't be sitting here now. I believe we will get a site to keep in the league. That's what I honestly think.
Yeah. Westfield, again, another opportunity for our supporters to see our players and some possible players.
Yeah.
I thought there was at least a couple of trialists who looked pretty good.
Done well, I did the centre midfielder like Cooper we've got coming down next tomorrow, hopefully. You know, like his left centre half done okay, didn't he? Things we're looking at again. We also had a centre half who's staying down here, who's come from Harrogate. We're having a look at in training last night and tomorrow. We need a centre half, don't we? We need that. We need a couple of midfielders. We do. Attacking wise, I've had a little blur, so I'll tell you in a minute about attacking wise, but you know, we'll fix that problem. We will. You know, so yeah, I thought a couple of them looked quite neat and tidy. A couple of them, you know, again, we need to play more matches, and it's still a long way to go. You know,
yeah,
so you know, it is.
And I think most people have worked out that it was Charlie Cooper playing on Tuesday. He scored the second goal, didn't he?
Scored the second goal. As somebody who was really interested in last season, I think the lad's got talent. I think he's very good in the ball. I think we have missed in there over the last couple of years, really, except when Amani left. Somebody can boom, boom, and give us the ball, and especially if you're excited. If you think about it, if you got Jarvis on one side, Goddard the other side as well, you got Torpey who plays there as well. We ain't looking back. I'll tell you what, if I was a passer in there, you have got some good options to go in there. A couple of times Matt was in the hole and was says you hit them in the hole, and the amount of weight on the pass is something we're exactly crying out for. So hopefully we can keep talking to Charlie. Hopefully he'll come down tomorrow. Hopefully we can get something done with him. That's what we're hoping for. And with the money coming in, for the people, I think we're 10% in of a target. We're 10% better than nothing, and that could be building up to 15%, 20%. That could get with 2 players, and it just gives us a chance to do it. We're not going to panic because go and sign a player because it'll look good. Why would I want to do that for? I've just got to go bit by bit and work with a trialist and people who we've got at the club at the minute. You know, but yes, Charlie done very, very well, and I thought he was the best player on the pitch, me personally. And you know, so there's a lot of pluses.
And you mentioned you got at least a couple of centre backs trialling. That is arguably the position that you most need to get right and most need to fill between now and the start of the season.
100%, because you know, I'm not going to go on, but Musa, I kind of keep going about him, but it's a massive blur, because he had pace, his left foot as well made a difference. The back four was sort of sorted over the last couple of years, to be honest, and all the rest of it. So it was a big blur, but we'll move on and go find one, and there's hopefully some out there. At the minute, but not, because everybody's probably doing what we're doing, having trailers and all that, you know, and having a look at different people. The squads will probably be, you know, people saying it'll be shorter this year. I'm not so sure about that, because it is going to be a time where we're going games. That's why the young lads will get games this season, I imagine. Obviously, Jack's coming shortly. I need to sign, and Jack Skinner, which is great. And so we've got, you know, and the young lads like young Leo from Academy's done very, very well, and all that, you know, left back there. And so, you know, we've got a couple like Joe Leslie come from Stevenage, who's been on trial, done quite well the other night as well. So we have another look at it tomorrow. Just got to go bit by bit, you know.
Yeah, of course. You've signed a number of players to play across the front line, let's call it that, rather than forwards or centre forwards or whatever. There seems to be one single characteristic common to them all, which is they're all not very big.
Is that right? Well,
if you think about it, John Goddard, Matt Jarvis.
Yeah, wingers do it.
Well, I said across the front line.
No, you're milking it out. Look. How about Gareth Southgate? Keep giving us it in. Come on.
Yeah. Who else? Anyway, there's 4.
Aye. Well, we had John, obviously, so
3 or 4.
We've got Connor and all, who's decent in the air.
And Connor, yeah.
Yeah, and we've got, obviously, I'm being honest, we had Jonty Smith all tied up, signed. He's up St George's. The deal was getting signed and dealed and sent back. But we've had to pull out for now because he's on his last day at St George's. He's done his ankle again. And then he's out for 8 weeks, so I can't sign a player on 14 for 8 weeks there. I feel for Jonty. I'll keep in touch with Jonty. I'll keep in touch with his agent, who all the rest of it. But Jeff had sent it all the stuff through, and we just had to pull it away at this time. I hope the lad gets quick as possible, but we can't sign a player who's injured. It's simply not in the position we're in, and we're only part time as well, so we couldn't get him treatment every day. So he's going to sort himself out there. But it's a blur, because he was a big target man who I liked and wanted to get in the club. We just got to look at a different angle. Simple as that. You know, I like your wingers being nippy and short, to be honest. I really do. I like them having like that. But also I like a target man up there, which Heidi was very good at, and we've got to replace him, simple as that. But that was a bit of a blow what happened yesterday. I had it all done. He's got to come down training Saturday and play next week, and all. I had it all done, but unfortunately I've been pulled away. That's life, that's football. Let's move on.
Yeah. I didn't say that as any form of criticism.
No, I love to see what criticism
all the players, because they're all good players. But
yeah.
what I was driving at, you sort of just covered really, is you're presumably in the market for a big centre forward.
100%. Because we've got everything else up there.
Yeah.
It's just little bits in it. I always like the centre half being big and strong to deal with both boxes. We've got Cookie, who's a big strapping boy. Kane Fernhand's excellent, because you need that in our league. Unfortunately, with the long throws coming in and all the rest of it. But I always like, I like somebody who can get behind defenders, and I like wingers who with pace and trickery and things like, Johnny was doing the other night. Sure, glimpses in training. Johnny Goddard was excellent last night in training. Some magical stuff and all that. So we've got to get him smiling and playing that way. But you also, I think you need the outlet to a big target man as well, and who can hit and get players off. So yes, it's something I think it stands out. We need a couple of centre halves to challenge Ben on that. We need a couple of midfielders in there, and a couple of centre forward who's big and strong. Apart from that, I think we're cracking on and doing business slowly, but as well as we possibly can.
Sure. So yeah, you mentioned training last night. What was the focus there?
The focus is trying to keep dry a bit, to be honest. Absolutely whacking it down. But not just getting out. Like we trained really hard last night. We ran him into the ground last night. We trained really hard. Martin done one session there. Ian done over there. Swapped him and got into small-sided games. But the rain was horrendous like at times. But we trained really hard last night. But it's just pre-season. That's what we've got to do. Tomorrow we'll have a behind closed door game between ourselves and find out a little bit more about trialists, about how we want it next week. We'll now have a trialist down. Good, bad, or ugly, and you just got to make decisions. And if I make decisions, I could be wrong on a couple, but I just got to feel as though, like, that we're all right. You've done very well, but we're all right in that position, but we need that position, just like we've got to do. So I'll be as honest as I possibly can with everybody, and rightly or wrongly, but we need to start planning. Like next week we'll train Tuesday or Thursday, and then we've got Farnborough and another game behind closed door against a Premier side on the Saturday. So it'll be two lots of players. I can't, whatever happens there, or things could change as they always have done. So we'll move forward there, So I'm looking. Listen out in a minute. It's slow, but that's how we've got to go. Imagine, where you look at Stockport at the minute, and they're brand new training ground, and they're playing against Salford, and they look very strong. And we're a long way away from that at the minute. But you'd rather be closer as the time ticks on, and that's what we do. You know what I mean?
It's no good being world beating in pre-season and then losing your first 4 league matches.
Well, Ian had it on his thing there, and they look very impressive, but they should do. And the training ground there we have got, it would match anybody's in the higher leagues and all that, but that's what we've got at the minute. Fair play to them, and you will have Notts counties of the world of being like that, and Yeovils and that. Fair play to them. We're not in that position at the minute, and what we've got to try to do is in the next couple of years turn the screw that we're, because in the last couple of years we've built a decent side, I think, but obviously it's been taken away from us through circumstances. In the next couple of years, hopefully we can build a stronger club that will keep the best players and add to the best players. We're not in that position at the minute. Let's not pretend we are, so we're not. So we've got to build a brand new side again, just like I did when I first got a job here with 5 or 6 for last season's squad, and all that, and build from there. That's great, but we need the fans backing. We need everybody's backing, and we need everybody we can to try to help boost the budget, to try to help get these players in. I think we've made that clear with the chairman as well. So I think we've got an update next Wednesday about it all as well. At the minute, it's slower, but we're all getting money in. A great gesture there. There's actually somebody I don't want to know who wants to be mentioned, who worked as a steward and all that. And I'll mention him next week if I can, but I don't want to do it now. Worked as a steward to give his wages for the time he was here into the club. What a lovely thing to do. What a lovely gesture to do. We just need anybody we can have like that to actually go that way. I had a great lad called John Chapman, who used to sponsor the back of the stand there. And all that, green jackets and all that, I want to get everybody back on board with do. That's what we've got to try to do. So it's up to me and everybody else to pull together and try to do that.
Good. The government have announced that there's going to be a whole series of test events in all sorts of different sports, which hopefully is a good sign that we're likely to be able to have crowds come the start of the league season. Yeah,
well, I think that's we've got crowds in non-league football. Every now and again you're going to pick up a paper. You see, the rates went up. I had the corona, as you know, but when I had it, not many people were getting tested because nobody knew what was going. Everybody's testing now. Test their centre there. There's one in Chester, there's one every on the corner, and
there's one in
working. I know there's across the road there. Yeah. So everybody's getting tested. So obviously the rate's going to go up because people have got it who didn't ever had it. It's obvious, But less people are dying. It's stuff like that. It's not really big. People are living normal lives a bit now. why not come to football matches? If you can go on beaches, come to football matches. No, so I think it's a bit less than people think. Me personally, people talk about the second spike. If it comes, hasn't come yet. People said we wouldn't start October. It looks as super will. So we've just got a plan for that. So with football people in the ground, I hope we do. I hope we get 30-50% in here. We have got a home game due in a few weeks' time. Hopefully we can get a test out in that. Hopefully, I don't know yet. But at the minute, we're just, it's great going on the local teams, and we've got Mersham coming up and they're getting crowds. I think it's fantastic. Let's get them down here. That's what I want to see. So I think it will.
You mentioned that possibly the next game might be against Farnborough. Is that likely to be with spectators?
I hope so. Yes, I believe it is.
And is it at Farnborough?
It's at Farnborough, but we've got 2 games on that day. We've got 2 games on that day. So one against the Premiership side on 23s, one against Farnborough. We might have a Mitchell match and all that, and stuff like that. And I think everybody can go down to Farnborough and watch a game, brilliant, and all that, and it's a good club. We've got good connections down there. We play them every year, so it'd be good if supporters can go there as well.
Right. Last question, bit off the wall.
Yeah.
I'm sure you spend much of your free time spent on a computer playing Football Manager.
100%.
Honing your skills.
Unbelievable.
Seeing which
I do
are
it
the
on my phone. I do it on my phone, David. Yeah.
Who do you think, out of the players that you've got signed at the moment, is the highest rated on Football Manager 20? And don't just say Josh Casey because you think he's the best player. Football Manager.
My players surely aren't good enough and big enough to be on Football Manager.
Of course they are.
So you're telling me you play these bloody computer games?
I don't. Yes.
Daniel, you play these computer games and we've got other players on it. With Messi and all that lot.
Yeah. I have to send in photos of them all every year.
In the Football Manager?
Yes.
Not the game Martin does. No, it's FIFA.
Different game.
So you get on Football Manager and make players on there?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pathetic. That's awful. Okay, so you get me in there as a manager?
You're on there.
What am I like? What about ranked?
Don't know.
All right, I appreciate your concern. So we'll just talk about the players there.
It's all very tight, I have to say. But
It's probably Jarvis, isn't it?
He's not on there, actually.
He's played for England. He's blinking...
Well, he's not...
Nerds up the city and blinking all the
player.
rest of it. People sell cars and all stuff like that. Surely if anybody's got to be on job. Okay, tops, maybe... Max... let's take a punt, Dowse. Come on. Max.
No, it is someone you mentioned, though. It's Tops.
Tops, I said Tops. No,
You did,
stuff
you
like that.
did.
Yeah. And he's played there, but I'm surprised the other ones aren't mentioned. And
Well, they are. And as I said,
who
they've
first
each
on
got
that?
a score.
Who got a score?
And
They can't be
Tops has
Thompson.
got the highest score.
What scoring girls?
No. The number of points that the people who create Football Manager are giving him.
Well, I'll not be playing that game, David, anyway. So if I was out there as a working fan doing going Football Manager, because what a little tosh that is, to be honest. It's fake. Obviously, just a couple of things before I go out. I'm having a game of cricket with the locals on for a charity from the pub. Going down to St John the Baptist, and what's it?
I think, from what you've said, it sounds like it's being played at Old Woking
Well,
Cricket.
working with my kidney stones, I need a box on it. But we have a bit of a banter, have a few beers, and raise money for a local
and
family.
when's that?
On Sunday at 11 o'clock and all that, so and a few drinks there. So I look forward to that. And I like all that mixing with the locals and having a crack. And apparently it's very relaxed. You can walk around having a drink and playing this cricket match to raise money for charity. So I'll be doing that on Sunday. So full steam ahead. We've got young Jack Skinner coming in now to sign.
Yep.
Brilliant. And we can crack on with that,
And just 2 sentences about why you're re-signing Jack.
I think he went to play 20 odd games, men's football, a league down to Eastbourne, done very, very well. He's getting man of the matches as well. He's come from our academy as well, so very proud of the academy, which he is. He's a level-headed kid. He's come down with his dad last week and all that, and had a really good chat with him. We believe that this season could be the season. He's got his, I think he's pulling the car park now, actually, his dad. So anyway, he's got his jelly legs on at the minute because he's had 3 months in Australia or whatever, and he's not quite on it at this minute legs-wise, but once we get the legs, he's a very talented footballer, and we believe this year could be the year he pushes. With the games he's got a great chance.
And you mentioned the academy. I know I said last thing ages ago, but you watched a very impressive academy performance yesterday, beating Portsmouth 3-1.
It did, it's very good. I really enjoyed the game. And midfield, I like the midfield lad in there, 10 I think it was, and he was going round and putting himself about and passing in some big strapping boys and all that, organised well. Enjoyed playing on the pitch across there. I enjoyed watching the game and all that, so I think there's some good youngsters in this football club like it has been, but we need the next Charlie Carter. We need the next one to come through, and play not just 20 minutes here, half an hour there. We need somebody to come in and play like Charlie Cook did, played a few games, but decided to go. Reggie did, and all that, you know, he played a few games, but decided his future was elsewhere, and all that, you know. Somewhere we need a Charlie Carter from somewhere to because that's what it's got to be with him. We haven't had one of them for years, and that's what we've got to push for.
Yeah, good. Thanks very much. See you soon.